My name is Debbie Borge, and I've been coming to High Point since October 2001. I met John in the summer of 1971. Thank heaven for 7-Eleven. John was a cashier. I went there regularly with all kinds of gimmicks to get him to notice me. I filled a bag with all kinds of pennies and brought it in asking for singles so I could buy gas for my car. John and I were married 9 years, and then we had our first child, Michael, and 2 years later we had our daughter, Sarah. And it was because of Michael and Sarah that I started looking around for churches. And there was a church meeting at Glenbard South High School, so we decided to check it out. I remember walking into the high school, into that small auditorium, and the message just struck home. We didn't look for another church. Right now, I still serve with children's ministry, and I do a little bit of office work as well. John and I were married for 42 years, a little over. He had breathing issues. He was on oxygen for the last 3 months of his life. The morning that John passed away, I had checked on him, and he looked like he was starting to wake up, and I didn't want to disturb him, and I wasn't worried, so I went out for the day. And while I was out, I got a call from the company that was monitoring his heart that said that there was a problem. But I knew the moment I walked in the door and they asked me to not go upstairs, that John was gone. There was so much commotion with the different vehicles and officials here. I could not have gone through all of that without the support of the people from High Point, the prayers, and just making sure I was okay. I felt God's presence through everything. I'd had grief before, but not like that. And I felt closer to God, or God closer to me, than I ever had before. And it's been that way all through. When John passed away, he had handled all the finances, and I found myself in a financial situation that I wasn't sure I was able to handle. It was confusing without passwords, without everything all in one place. I probably prayed for the electric company and whoever I was going to talk to at the other end of the phone. I was so blessed to get people that understood and just knew that God had me, like in his hand. Money is a heavy thing, and there's a lot of things that you do in handling it. I recognized that I had all along been faithful in giving, but it had been sort of me first, and made sure that there was left over for God, but it was left over. And I started looking at things differently. One of the very first big financial decisions that I made, I decided to buy my first car all by myself. When I did, they offered me a trade-in for my 13-year-old car. So I told the auto dealer, no, I'll hang on to the car. And I talked to the care center and gave the car to the care center. They were quick to find a family that could use the car, and to my knowledge, they are still using the car. It was a great blessing, and it made me look at just resources in general. How can I be a blessing to others with my resources, because I have so much. The piece that I have about finances, I'm not afraid to give any longer. With John's passing, I realized that you don't take with you what you have accumulated. And I don't want, at the end of my life, or even tomorrow, to feel like I forfeited an opportunity to bless somebody else. Limitless is an opportunity to join God on a journey of blessing others and bringing others to Christ through prison ministry, through caring for others, and whether it be in St. Vincent or somewhere in Chicago, God has no limits, and I don't think He's going to put a limit on me in my generosity, in my giving, and my being able to love others well.